LLC. Coming out of the cage itself, will come out of its carrier, is the Taco Supreme. He may come all the way out, I don't know. Sometimes he likes to pause on camera. Right now, he just got his paw out there like, maybe I'll come out, maybe I won't, I don't know. Let me see where he's at right there. There he is. We got one paw out. Like I'm feeling a little lazy today. One paw out of the carrier. Taco, how are we doing today? Like a little interesting cat. But anyway, so that's my emotional support fur baby over there. Comes with me everywhere I go, even in our office. So anyway, so this right here is our quasar technology, color quasar technology. We're going to be making a blue version of this technology really soon. I am going to have the blue version on site. I do plan to have it on site. And we're definitely doing this larger surface over here. We're going to finally convert this over to our AZAR technology. I'll show you how amazing this stuff is going to look. Absolutely incredible. So this technology requires no expensive projectors, no expensive 4K, 1080p projectors, none of that whatsoever. You don't have to worry about calibrating the projector. Calibrating is not needed, ever. Not ever. All right, there we go. So it's not needed, no calibration, none of that stuff right there. You don't have to worry about that any at all, which is good because, customers don't like to calibrate. It is a one-coat application, which means you just paint the screen down one time and you're done. We do have a very detailed specification on the product, showing you that everything that you can apply this surface to. It is fully ultra sure code compatible. All tests are on our YouTube channel, showing that it's fully tested and does carry a batch number verification, which means that your product is fully tested before it is shipped to you. That way you get a 100% guarantee. Does it match black paint? No, it doesn't. We've done dozens and dozens of demonstrations of black versus black on this technology. This is a very important test to do, because I told you before that without this test, you can very well be shipped everyday black paint, gray paint, whatever. You can be shipped out any day. All right, so one of the biggest problems that projection screens have in fully lit environments is contrast. They can't read contrast correctly. This is why a lot of demonstrations are done in dark environments to try to fool you that the screen is actually reading a contrast level when clearly it's not. We are in a commercial environment, so let me get the meter, pumpkin eater. Had a wife and couldn't keep her. That's what I call my meter, because it's orange. That's why. Break out the meter, show you what we got. So, I wonder sometimes about my stuff. So, we'll show you the meter. Now, the meter basically shows you how much light we have in the environment. When it clicks to 1, it means that the environment is pulling maximum light. And where our meter sits at, it sits on the floor, and over top we have our lighting right here, showing you how much light we have in the environment. This is a projector that we're using. Again, no expensive projectors. This is a again our XGA CX100 Sony projector, as you can see right there. We have no HDMI ports. It's a very old projector. You have to use an adapter. Some people don't like to go near the adapters because adapters will actually drop the resolution a little bit. But we don't have that because our technology is resolution, because it is a colored black technology. All right, so let's get this started. Bring it back to the very beginning. And we're going to show you contrast levels in a fully lit environment. What you should be seeing in any demonstration. You should never be stuck in a dark environment with a screen trying to show you contrast levels. Especially, I can't express this enough because I can't believe I had to say this in this part of this video. Especially a black screen should never be in a dark environment, ever, to show you a contrast level. I don't know why it would be in there to begin with. I can't believe this. As long as I've been developing screen paints, I've literally actually had to say this from my mouth about a black screen. That's the level we're getting at when we're cheating. Well, you're going to get exposed. Now, this is called a splatter. We're going to be a lot of splatter screens. I got some cool ones we're going to be designing. Some with our names written in it, all kinds of stuff. The only thing that's going to show up on that white screen will be our technology only, because our screens can generate color, contrast, the whole 9 yards. And it shows you, for those of you who have white projection screens, if you're looking to upgrade, gray is not where it's at. Now, we do have some new gray technology coming out. When I mean gray is not where it's at, I'm talking about screen paints that are not tested. You'll see the difference that our gray screen paint, which is going to be much more superior than the other gray screens, is going to show you contrast shifting capabilities. That's what I wanted to look up, my contrast shifting capabilities. Damn it. I'll do that in the next video. We talk about the segment for shifting technology, contrast shifting. That's what I wanted to look up on the channel. I couldn't figure out what it was. But anyway, so with this technology we have here, and what we're going to be doing with the gray technology, our new one, our exotic gray, is we're going to show you what you should be seeing. You should be seeing fully lit environments. You should be seeing testing, all that stuff, as we showed you with this technology. So the same thing applies to our gray technology coming out, or, sorry, exotic gray coming out. But as for our black technology, well, like I said, it's far more superior than the gray technology that we're even designing to take out other screens and to show you that the difference between our gray technology capabilities. Still, this reigns supreme. Because again, in the pecking order, the darker screen is king. That's how it works. The darker your screen, the more advanced your screen. That's why if you look at Elite Screens category, they have the lighter screens, a little cheaper. They have the Cinema Gray, $800. They have the Cinema Gray 5D, a little darker, which would be $1,500, maybe $1,400, maybe $1,300, but it's much higher than that, $800. And then you get the Dark Star 9, which is the darkest one that costs you the $3,000. It's not the lighter screens that cost you more, it's the darker screens, because they can absorb more light. They have a better ambient light projection they work better with ambient light projection technology. That's why if you're working a black screen and you're saying, hey, look, this product basically produces amazing contrast level, but you're in an environment super dark, that means you don't have a black screen. And if you do have a black screen, that means your white levels are extremely poor. That's why we show you the black on black demonstration. So you can see that even in the black on black demonstrations, even though the surface is black, it still doesn't match ours because we have something called heightener. So that shows you, if you're in your office, for your business, which I like doing the demonstrations in commercial, other than doing it in the home front areas, is because in a commercial, you have a ton of lighting. You have more lighting in the commercial than you have in the home front. And even though we did demonstrations to an extreme in the home front, like ceilings and all that crazy stuff, outside, still commercial, it's where it's at when you're doing demonstrations. Now, our Quasar technology is available in 32 ounces. We paint the screen size up to a whopping 150-inch screen. We also have it in the 64 ounces. I think they do about 312, somewhere around that size. We have the 1 gallon that does the screen size up to 325 inches. And if you saw the demonstration, this technology can easily take out a $7,000 projection screen, which we did with the daylight screen, which cost $7 grand for 120 inches. I do have other certified screens coming in, so we show up more of the technology. And we are working on a blue version of this technology, which is going to look absolutely gorgeous, which that one's going to be on site too also. No complicated instructions. Check out our YouTube channel under Fast and Easy, or Easy and Fast. When we do our demonstrations, it's not the whole entire demonstration and editing, drying time nonsense. It's us basically painting in the screen, hanging it, drying it right in front of you, and showing demonstrations right from the door. Look how amazing those contrast levels are, which means you don't have to spend the money for an expensive projector in order to achieve higher contrast levels, which you will never be able to achieve. That is a 100% Infinity One. And I showed you in the movie demonstration, lights out on the splatter screen, you still can't even read in the dark. Pretty much. Next to our technology, let's put it this way, your screen is pretty much obsolete. As you can see, the white screen holds no candle to our technology. Again, $10 for a projector. One of the things I'm going to like about doing presentations in here with companies is the fact that these guys are going to come in here and their projectors are going to be through the roof. These guys are going to have 8K, 5K, 4K projectors coming through here. Heavy hitter machines, because I know, I went through their environments, I did the research. They don't know who I am, but I know who they are. I've done their research on their places. I see where they got their screen set at, little dark pockets to get the image to push a little better. And we can come out here, invite them in here. They can look at that technology, see the difference between that white surface and what their white surface has right now, and look at the projector that I have in my demonstration that cost me a whopping $10 compared to the $4,000, $5,000, and even $7,000 they spent on their projectors. And they still can't get this result. Easy sale. Now, as I told you before in demonstrations, I told you when you're doing it for customers, to educate you on what to buy when you go out and buy. You do all the research on your projector to make sure you get the best projector possible. Keep in mind, your projector won't fix the issue. You need a proper screen. If you don't get a proper screen, you're going to be doing something what they call in the Bible unevenly yoked, which means it's like having a big ox and a small ox trying to plow a field, which is going to be hard to do because it's going to be very uncomfortable and everything's going to be off balance. In order to get a perfect plow of the field, you're going to have 2 small oxes or 2 big oxes, but they're both going to have to be the same size and they're going to have to match. That's what you're going to have with your screen. The projector we have in the demonstration, of course being a 720p FGA projector, is designed to produce a beautiful image. The problem, you can't see it because it's being produced off a white screen, and that's what happened to those projectors. A lot of white screens. Of course, none of our technology in the market, but if our technology was there, that projector would have never been discontinued and it would cost a lot more money. So as you can see, there's nothing wrong with the projector. It works perfectly fine. But when it hits the white screen, it doesn't work anymore. And this would cause a person to go in and spend the money for a more high-powered, more expensive projector to fix the white screen, washed-out, contrast, non-ambient light projection issue that they're having. But you're going to get a slight little difference, that's it, but you're still going to be in the same boat, no matter how much money you spend, until you reach this technology, when you're going to realize that I really didn't have to spend that kind of money for a projector. I get it all the time from customers that say, man, if I had bumped into you early, I wouldn't have spent all this money for this projector. Save some money. Some people actually take their projectors back and get something cheaper. Customers we bump into that haven't bought a projector yet, we could take them over to eBay, get them a projector for under $200. And they had a $3,000 wallet thinking they were going to spend $3,000 for a projector. They didn't spend it at all. Desired Nature 8K videos. Hope you get lucky on this one. First try? Yes, we got it on the first try. Yeah. I swear, getting that video on the first try is like spinning the wheel at Wheel of Fortune. Or that wheel on The Price is Right. Just hoping to get that big score. There we go, right there. Now, like I said, I've seen this demonstration done poorly. Ultra short throw projector, kissing the screen. Dark environment. And a projector with a whopping 2 million to 1 contrast sitting on top of it to manipulate the screen, darken the environment, that way they can continue to sell you products that don't work. Anytime, customers, that you watch a contrast demonstration, it needs to be done in a fully lit environment. Because what's going to happen is they're fooling you. If that demonstration is not done in a fully lit environment, the projector may have the ability to do the 2 million to 1. The problem is, without the screen, it doesn't work at all, period. So, the reason why they darken the environment and talk about the projector's contrast capabilities, which, again, I still can't figure out why people do that. And I've seen influencers doing this mess with these interviews for these projectors. Dark environment. Look how dark the contrast levels are. You're in a dark environment, by the way. I think that helps. And if they say, well, it doesn't, well, here's the thing. If you take a white screen, you show this demonstration right here, right? Right here, this demonstration, right? You turn your lights on. You got a white surface right now on it, right? How well is that image pulling up on a white screen right now? Not good at all, because the lights are on, the screen's washing out. Now, if I were to turn out the lights and put it in a darker environment, how well would it look then? It would look much better with the lights out. So if that being the case, and you're trying to explain the black levels of a projector, that means the contrast levels would actually improve if the lights are out. Improve even more if it's an ultra short, though, sitting too close to the screen. There you go. So for customers, anytime you come across anybody's review on anything and they're talking about contrast whatsoever, you request at the bottom that they can do the demonstration again in a fully lit environment and show what the contrast of that projector can do. But if not, you're going to be stuck in the dark with a screen you're going to be very unhappy with. Spend a lot of money for something you can't use. You should be able to do this. Now, our technology allows our customers to not spend a lot of money for expensive projectors. They can go to eBay, buy a cheap machine. Doesn't make a difference if it has 100 to 1. Doesn't make a difference if it has nothing at all. And they can achieve a contrast level that your expensive projector today can't achieve on a white and gray screen. Mind you can't turn the lights on because it won't work. I could chill. You sit there like, oh, you're like a little loaf of bread. He's a little loaf of bread. Got his arm something around like a little loaf of bread. Can I get a slice of bread? That's Taco. Taco my cat. So as you can see, sorry Taco, I know you want to be in the shot. Well, you're still in the shot, puppy. You're still in the shot, you little Taco man. Go. Now, you only got half the slice in there, baby. Half the slice. So that shows you right there, your white screens do not work. Stop listening to people telling you that your projector is going to fix it. It's not going to fix it. If you sit there and say, well, Mr. Bird, your projector is an old projector. If I get a much more expensive one, it's going to work. You saw the demonstration with the church and a 7,000 lumen venue projector struck that white screen and it didn't read for jack. 7,000 lumens. That's commercial in there. It doesn't read. It won't pick up. You won't achieve your contrast levels. You'll never be able to see it ever. By the time you reach a black screen, ain't no point in having it on. You turn it off. As I said before, you paid for something that you'll never be able to use. If all screens came black, do you think projection screen companies would bother putting a contrast level on a projector? No. It'd be pointless. What would be the point of that? They wouldn't need it. That particular option is for people who have white and gray screens. Even the gunmetals won't read the Infinity One. They pick up a much darker level than the other screens, but they can't read the Infinity One. Now, I'm not going to sit there because we're making a gray screen paint and say, hey, look, it picked up the Infinity One. No, that's a lie. I'm not getting sued. I'm not going to court for something. I'm not lying about that. It doesn't pick it up. Period. But the contrast shifting capability will pick up a lot better than some of this other stuff out here on the market. Now, along with contrast, color plays a role. Because if you don't have proper contrast, you can't read color correctly. And this is where the calibrating projectors come in. The digital 2.0 requires no calibration of any kind whatsoever. I've never told you to calibrate. Not one demonstration ever. We don't calibrate. Calibrate is needed when the colors don't come in correctly. They have to calibrate. Over Facebook. This demonstration again. Okay, there we go. Pause that while we're reconnecting. Now, just to those of you saying, well, you know, it's going to be in the dark anyway. It really doesn't make a difference. The lights are on. We have to turn out our blue neon lights. You know why? Because the blue neon lights affect the white screen. They don't affect the black screen. So that's that. Let's show you lights out real quick. I'd like to show both. We need to turn our lights out? Not really. Tell you the truth and keep them on. Leave them on anyway. I'll show you two different areas. Let's see. What the heck is the lights for the freaking desk? Switch stuff up. I need that today. I need that today. I need that today. Jimmy the Crickets. Where do you put the light? You know, I'm just going to do this one right here. Just put it back in. I figure exactly where to get my lights. This is why we put them back in the drawer. Alright, and we have to turn the lights on because the blue lights from my desk actually hit the white screen, and the white screen can't absorb the light, so it changes everything to blue. That's why we have to take off the lights. You don't have that problem with the black screens, they absorb everything. So let's go in and show you that right there. Partial lighting. Then we'll do lights up. Show you that the white screen, even in partial lighting, because most people have their setup like this due to the fact that, you know, they can't have lights near the screen because the screen won't work. So they have to have partial lighting. The black technology that we engineer, any technology we engineer, is designed to be so far advanced in the white screen. It's not even close to a white screen matching it in any way whatsoever. And the majority of the people out there when I'm buying a projector for the first time, the first thing they're being told when they buy this projector is that their projector is going to be to fix all the problems. With all the bells and whistles you're going to pay for, the white screen, the projector's going to fix the white screen. It's going to add your contrast, it's going to add your color levels, everything's going to be added to it. The problem is it's not going to happen. Even if you're in full lighting, if you're in partial lighting, if you're sitting in the dark, your white screen can't read. Unequally yoked. That's what it comes down to. So with that being said, the only way you're going to be able to get that to work properly is you're going to have to find a projection screen that's going to have to show a massive difference between that white surface and yours. A gunmetal certified screen won't do it, and the reason why is because it can't read that Infinity 1. Now, for those, again, for people saying, well, you're developing a gray, yeah, but you got to understand, we still have people out there who want gray screens. If it was up to me, we'd make nothing but all black technology, because it's the only way to go. But we have to cater to other people. Other people might not want a black screen. They may want a gray screen. They might not want a gray screen. They may want a silver screen. So we have to cater to everybody, even though we know this is the more superior technology. That's what Elite Screens does. They have a white screen, they have a mid-level screen, light gray screen, they have a mid screen, and they have gunmetal. They'll tell you at the end of the day that the Dark Star 9 is the most advanced screen that they have in their arsenal. And if you want the very best of the best, they'll pick to the Dark Star 9. But if you can't afford the Dark Star 9, then what's next after that? Let's say the D5K is a good screen right there. And if you can't afford that, then you go down the chain. So you hit a white screen. But your projector's not going to fix it. If your projector could fix everything, then there'd be no point for me to be here. There'd be no point for the Black Diamond to be here. None of these screens would be needed. It'd just be all white screens. And expensive projectors, that's all you would have. But because there's different shades and different categories of what each screen does, that means the white screen doesn't do all the work. That's just a budget screen. That's a screen that you get at the end of the day that if you can't afford anything else, you get a white screen. And it's sad because some dealerships will tell you that your projector is going to fix the problem, when clearly it's not. Now, when it comes to the white screen comparison, the benefits of your product versus white screen, you have to show an extremely impact difference between your product and the white surface. And this involves white levels, contrast levels, and color. It also involves fully lit environments. It involves inside, outside demonstrations, ultra short throw demonstrations, pico projector demonstrations, low lumen demonstration. You have to have all those tests. If you don't have any of those tests, it's a problem here. I might just stick with the white screen, because I'm not going to have you paint and mess it up at the end of the day. Screw up my investment, the money I spent for my screen. That's why I said people come out here and make these quick fix products. They're not testing. You have to understand what you're dealing with at the end of the day. You're dealing with a customer's money. That's what you're messing around with. And not only that, the time and effort they put in to pay for their screen that you're going to pay over. So you have to prove that your product is going to be the best investment just to paint over their white surface or even their white walls in their homes. It's somebody's home at the end of the day, their walls. Because they're trusting you, your product to be applied to. So you have to show it works. Having your customers in dark environments don't help. So when I got these guys coming in here to check this out, they already have white screens. They already have expensive projectors. The problem is they're in dark environments. They can't get to work. That's why they spent the money for the expensive projectors. We can come here and show them on the projector we have in here that they spent way too much money and they don't have to be in the dark if they don't want to. And if they want to be in the dark, it still won't work for them. Our technology is far more advanced. So, partial lighting. This is what we see in most videos on YouTube, showing our black technology versus on the splatter. Same thing I'm telling you right now, same thing I'm explaining to you, it's the same thing you're going to hear me say on site, what you've seen me do dozens of times on site, walk-in environments, explain the same thing to you. It'll be in every single video. And I guarantee you that everybody in that building that I'm doing that demonstration in will go back to their office or conference room, and they'll look at that white screen and they'll realize they're not getting what they paid for out of their projector, and they'll contact my company. Look at that. Look at the massive thing. You can see the glass. You can see the glass crystal clear on that black technology. You see the orange and the fruit and the green leaves they have in there. I don't know what they call it, the leaves. I don't drink alcohol, but still at the end of the day, look how beautiful that looks. And now look at the white surface around it. If I'm asked the question, is it hard to paint in? Does it require a lot of complicated instructions? That's a splatter screen. That's when we just take the paint, throw it on the screen, and just paint in different directions. It doesn't really make a difference where we go. No streak marks, no imperfections, no hot spotting, nothing at all, period. The kid can literally paint that screen. We can finger paint that thing in. Of course, you won't have to finger paint the screen in, but still. Intro you're seeing right now, I've seen these intros before. I've seen them in dark environments on poorly made projection screen paints. Now the lighting we have in here, this alone would knock out a gray screen or white screen, no problem, as you're seeing right there. Easily. Now, when I sat there and heard someone said that our products are expensive, you know what's going to happen after that, right? I have two ways I can go about this. I can launch one of those high-end screens over there, and I can just wipe everything clean. Do it that way. And then it would show that we would be the only top competitor screen. We can do it that way. Or we can basically develop a more high advanced gray screen, take out everything, and then basically charge a lesser price than everybody else. We can go down that route. And then take that one we did, take everybody out, that gray screen, and put it against one of these and watch that screen take it out. But does that prove that the product's worth its weight in gold? Nah, it doesn't. What makes it worth its weight in gold is the fact that the screen can take out 7,000, 3,000, and 5,000 certified screens, physical screens. A screen that a screen paint is not supposed to be able to take out. It's a long debate that went on about screen paint products being able to compete with a screen that has a film attached to it. But we proved that theory. We can beat certified screens. So, for the fact that my screen or any of my customers have the technology to have a screen that can take out multiple certified screens means my screen wouldn't be expensive. It would be extremely cheap. Now, the problem is that what I didn't like about that video is sticking me in the category of crap paint. Paint that can't back itself to us. And we got canceled orders on these products. That tells you from the door this stuff doesn't compete with us, from the door. And when you sit there and put us in the same category as these products that can't back their products with the cancellations behind them, but they could, who would be to buy their product and bring it down here for testing? The reason why they agreed to that testing is because they used a high-powered projector, which means they would get this screen some kind of perk. For us, we don't need it because we use low-end projectors. The dark environment means this screen would have a chance to produce something instead of being in the fully lit environments our screens are used to being in. So the video was pretty much catered for them, not for us. Because we can survive in anything. We're good. If it was us doing those tests, you know what would have happened. We'd have had that on a projector like we have under the table right now, which gave them no perks whatsoever, no contrast capabilities, no high lumens, nothing. And we would have stuck them in an environment that meters don't read in. Contrast, color, white levels, they would have to go through the whole thing. And knowing that, that's the reason why we have massive cancellations against us, because they know that's exactly where we'll stick their screen. That's why we had the lawyer pretty soon is going to reach out to the YouTuber who made the video, so we're going to have a nice little talk. We think you catered the video. Even though, like I said, we came out on top, we still, the fact we don't like that you put us against those products that are fraudulent. If you're going to do a demonstration against my product, number one, I need to be in a fully lit environment. I need to be on a cheap projector, like the ones we're using here, no knockoffs, so we don't support them. And I need to go against certified, as in Black Diamond, Elite screens, DMP Supernova, screens we're used to basically challenging at the end of the day. Not that stuff. I can make a $48 product and wipe out every gray screen paint and put it against this, and this will take it out. So next time, stick me on certified. Because you can't stick them on certified, they can't survive a certified screen. And you can't have them in a max out zone because they can't survive. That's like taking our AdTech technology. It's designed to absorb sunlight, stick it in the dark. What the freak is that thing sitting in a dark environment for? It's designed to absorb sunlight. As a matter of fact, what is it doing inside? It should be outside at 12 o'clock through a window because that's what it's designed to do. Handicapped my technology. I didn't like that at all. And put me next to that mess at the end of the day. Really? That junk? Good gracious, man. Put me in with them scam products. That's what ticked me off. That's why, as a lawyer, we're going to reach out to him with an attorney. Not in their category. The fact that stick me into that mess. Even though we beat their screens, still doesn't make me happy. I'm in there with that junk. Oh, goodness. All these high-power screens. And stick us against Black Diamond. We should have put it against a carbon black. That would have been nice. We can't get our hands on that thing. He may be able to get his hands on one. We can't get our hands on one. Can't stand high power projector. It's so easy. We're gonna get something that has nothing on it. A projector that has next to nothing. Speaking of next to nothing, I got a projector that had 100-to-1 contrast on it. Oh, I forgot to buy this thing. SVGA 100-to-1 contrast. This thing is lower than the one I have over here at Old Faithful. And I think it's like 600 lumens. That would be a challenge. I definitely want to try that out and see if that works. JVC projector, that can make a piece of notebook paper look good. Alright, we're at mid. This is mid. See the white screen, basically, still not showing too well, because this is mostly in the areas where people have their screens at, and it's more like, you know, I call it medieval environment, because it's kind of like a medieval environment to me, but let's go darker, see if it basically, the white screen hasn't changed. So as you can see, white screen is still washed out. Now, you see that for a minute? Watch me show you something real quick. Transition. When screen transitions to the next frame, to the next image, they show the true color of the screen. Ours just did it. It just showed black. Watch. Watch, here you go. There you go. See it? Yeah. That's how we know what color your screen is. Look, did it again. You time those things, you know exactly where they land at in the screen. That's how they know if your screen is black, really black. Watch, here it goes again. Boop. See? Now what they do is they slow it down, and you can see the screen where it transfers over. You can see exactly if the screen is either black or gray. Isn't that pretty cool? Yeah. I know Mr. Lee was sitting there like, oh, shoot, how did he figure out my screen? The screen was gray. Yeah, we can see it. When the screen transitioned, it turned your screen gray. It didn't come up black. And people that are in the field, like me, have been here for a while, and all the forum sites we posted it to, they saw it was gray. On top of that, your border is not matching your screen. That's how we saw it. That's why they did it up close. They do it up close, so if there's anything black in the environment, this could basically show to give up the screen's identity. That's why we have the screen sitting on top of a black metal cabinet. So that way you're not thinking you're getting a gray screen. Well, yep, that's what happened to the screen. In the transition process, it popped up. So as you see, the demonstration lights out, and our screen is the only one producing that amazing level right there. So it shows that your white projection screen doesn't work, even if you're in the dark environment. It doesn't read. Not next to our stuff, it won't. So when you say the advantage of a gray screen versus a white screen, I've seen those. Those videos actually got deleted off people's accounts because they matched the screen. They came up matching the screen. When you see this, you have to show a significant difference. The problem is that with the lights out, a white screen can pretty well pick up a somewhat fair shade of gray, but next to a gray screen, it can come close to matching them very easily. See how the color is thrown off too? And as you can see in the background, it's 100% black as it's picking up where the white screen can't see it. Now, if you're thinking at the end of the day, what if I spend the money for more money? Again, you're spending money you don't need to spend. Because if we could do it on that projector with no problem and spend less money, you're going to have to spend more money to try to get that white surface to work, and it still won't work. Let's go back to the woman with the black makeup. See if this will basically work. As we're in the dark. And up there on that side. Let's move a little bit over here. See what we get. Maybe we'll find her here. If not, she's in the below. Nope, she should be right over there. There we go. Again, our black technology, a white screen can't compete with our technology. It doesn't make a difference if you're in the dark. It doesn't make a difference in your partial lighting, and you definitely can't run it in a fully lit environment. So when we're dealing with people at the end of the day, they're going to have white screens in their environments. And they're spending a lot of money for their projectors to get them to work. I was at a diner, I was eating over there at a burger place, and they pulled down a white screen, had a beautiful BenQ projector in there. That screen was horrible. I couldn't even see it. So this clearly shows the benefits of our technology on your white screen versus your projector. And I guarantee your projector costs far more than mine, and I'm getting better results than you are. Your colors read while you're in the dark. That's why people turn on the lights, get the colors to read better. Let's see if this works. Red screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
Colors don't pick up on white screen. And then next to our technology won't. Blue screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
The reason why you're in a dark environment is because you're trying to get your colors to improve. You turn the lights on, people go through that. They have a white screen and turn the lights on, colors are really bad. They turn them off, colors improve. That's why they're in the dark. This is to show you exactly how much color levels you're losing when you lay against one of our black screens. Green screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
I've actually added a gray screen and beat the color of a gray screen or black technology and pull a better gray screen than a gray screen itself. Purple screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
Man, I should have watched that. Then one of me was kicking down the side of that hill. Starfield screensaver.
Getting that from YouTube.
This is a demonstration that's hated by a lot of gray screens because they have failed in this one. Lights out. This is what I usually see when I watch demonstrations of people doing contrast. You see that ashy gray right there? That's literally what we see when your screen pulls up in the video. We see any tone that comes up like that ashy gray, that you automatically tell me from the door your screen's not reading. And guess what else comes up ashy with that? Your colors come up the same way. For those people who are trying to trick customers in believing that black screens have to be in the dark in order to produce contrast, especially the guy who did the video, which I'm probably going to mimic your video again, to show that why in the world would you have a screen claiming to be black in a dark environment? Let me show you something here. I'll teach you something. A black screen, a true one, can generate in a fully lit environment. Whether lights are on or off, they can generate. The fact that we see these black screens being made and telling you lies that you have to be in a dark environment to improve the contrast levels is so backwards it's not even funny. You go to a form site, they will laugh you out of the form site. That's the whole purpose of a darker screen. Not only its contrast level, but darker screens absorb light better. The ambient light rejection technology works better with the darker screens. So why are you in the dark trying to show a contrast level on a screen that's claiming to be black? There you go. Let's go over to 4K snow screensavers.
Getting that from YouTube.
If you notice that the detail, I love this video so much. And the reason why, because some people missed the boat on this one. For some reason, they thought that was about the white levels. It is about the white levels, but you have missed the most and very important about this demonstration. Unless you're looking at a blinding white screen all day, then yeah, but you're not. Because when you look at white levels in any demonstration, you're going to see contrast, you're going to see color, you're going to see all that all together. Not only does a black screen have to be to produce its amazing white levels, but it also has to be to produce the contrast level that's being displayed on the screen. What's being displayed on the screen is a 100% black level. All that detail you see in the trees, the house, the staircase, the grass, the boat, all that requires 100% contrast in order to pick up the detail. If you notice on the white surface, all we're picking up is this blinding white level because it can't read any contrast. It just can only register a white level, which means it washes out the image even when you're sitting in the dark. Yep. There you go. Any white surface, anything involving a white level, it's going to have contrast in it, and it's going to have some sort of color in it. Unless they're going to show you a demonstration of 9 hours of a blinding white screen, or 3 hours or 30 minutes of a blinding white screen, that's it. And the reason why we show the white screens when we show our certified screen demonstration test, because some screens don't generate this certain tone. There's a certain tone that a screen has to read in order to generate both.
What keeps baby's skin healthy? A diaper that doesn't leave skin wet. That's why Pampers.
Got to be able to see the tone level. If your white level is too high, your balance goes off. And if your balance is too high, that means you can't read the ambient projection technology that's embedded in the screen. Not even that partial lighting. Mind that partial lighting. Put a little bit of light in the environment, look how fast the screen washes out. I did a demonstration on Crow's Gray screen paint downstairs in the max out zone. We put a light in the far corner of the basement. All I had to do was turn it on and the screen went out that quick. You know why? Because any light in the environment is basically going to cause the screen to wash out. It's going to cause the colors to fade. It's going to cause them to wash out. The colors have to stay the same way as if the lights are off. They can't change. See? There you go. That's how we do it. That's how we do it. This is how we do it. See the detail in the house? Now if you look at the white surface, you can't pick up any of the detail. You have to pick up, and that video demonstration shows the color of the lake. Look at the color of the lake. Color of the lake is a soft blue. The white surface can't read it because it can't read color. That's one of the things I see when people make a mistake when they talk about white levels. Do you even know what you're talking about when you talk about white levels? White levels involves color. It does. Without white levels, color doesn't react to it. That's why we show you the black paint. You put black paint against the screen, and you'll see the white levels pop up on our screen. The other paint can't pick it up. They don't pick up the colors either. All that becomes dark and dirty because they can't read high enough white levels in order to get that balance correctly. So when you have people saying, oh, it doesn't pick up a white level, what do you mean by it doesn't pick up a white level? You do know there's white levels in color. In reds, blues, greens, orange, it's white levels in there. Have to be to pick that up. And black technology is supposed to be white levels. That's how we can read that screen perfectly fine. You can see the detail in the shiny lake with the ice. You can see the background with the trees. You can see all that. So what do you mean by when I have people sit there and say, well, white levels? We're talking about a blinding white screen? So you're just sitting there watching a blinding white screen for about 30 minutes to an hour? Or 30 minutes to 2 hours? So that means anything you watch is going to involve the white levels. White levels involve that lake over there. They involve that trees over there. But also, too, contrast involves they have to be picked up 100%. And the reason why you can't see the detailed lake because white screen can't read the 100% contrast level, and therefore you won't pick it up. You'll pick up the white levels, no problem, but you can't pick up the contrast, which is needed to see the detail. Depth and detail is what black technology offers to your screen. White screen can't read that. That's why your images wash out. See? Very simple. Skyworth, a food demonstration.
Getting that from YouTube.
Now, what I like about the Skyward Food demonstration, it shows white level, color, and contrast all at the same time. People make this mistake. They put on a gray screen, put in a dark environment to look at the contrast, look at how bright the colors are. You just missed, excuse me, the entire point of the demonstration itself, of what they're trying to show you in the Skyward demonstration. You have to understand the demonstration before you can display the demonstration. If you look at it, look at the demonstration right there. You're seeing black hair, beautiful skin tones. Look at the color of her shirt. Look at the pink lipstick she has on. Look at the silver pots and pans in the background. And notice there's a lot of color in that demonstration. So they're showing you that in the OLED demonstration here, not only can it pick up the infinity contrast level, but can also too separate itself and basically be able to produce the white levels in color at the exact same time with a well balance attached to it. If you can't read the contrast level to begin with, you're not reading the color. You're just picking up the white level. And again, I can't explain this enough, when you see gray screens out there brag about the white levels, no, you're backwards. Because if you were around long enough, like I was, it was never about white levels when a gray screen was challenging a white screen. That's how it all started. People got tired of the white screen, they wanted more color, they wanted a little bit more better shades of gray, a little more contrast, and they want to be using it somewhat more of a better lit environment than being in a super dark environment with the white screen. So the whole term of back and forth with the white screen would not have been your white levels, because the white screen is the one who reigns supreme in white levels, because they can pick up the neutral color at 100%. It would have been your contrast in color and the ability to absorb some light. That would have been your arguing key point toward a white screen. A white screen toward the gray screens was they come up too dirty. They don't pick up natural colors. They don't pick up natural white levels. That was the argument at that time. Idiots got into the system and started saying that, oh, it's all about the white levels. No, it never was about the white levels, because that wouldn't have worked if you were going against a white screen. What other screen would you be in competition with if you were developing a gray screen paint? Which one would you be? A gunmetal? Didn't exist. Black screens? Didn't exist. So who would it be? It would be a white screen. Definitely wouldn't have been silver, because silver would have kicked the crap out of them. Because silver produced an extremely high white level. Sometimes silver screens can produce white levels higher than white screens. But let's show you right here in this demonstration.
Shop full cyber deals for savings you don't want to miss. Like floor care, party ready styles.
They said that so they were competing with darker screens, that we pick up a higher white level. We pick up a higher white level. Yeah, the whole purpose of you having a more of a darker product than the white screen was basically for its contrast levels. As you can see, side of the fruit faded. Let me get a better one. But fruit is faded. Everything here picks up nice and green. Too close, I have to get this is so much green. There we go. Nice and green. Now, take that. Partial it. There we go. Partial it environment. So most people sit in. Now, when I had that conversation about talking about the different colors, we're talking to people who make screen paint products who have failed to do these demonstrations correctly, and you have lied and manipulated your customer base on telling them lies that weren't true. By sitting there telling them at the end of the day that, hey, look, it's all about the white levels. No, it's not about the white levels, because if you say all about the white levels, that means you weren't around long enough when gray screens first came out, which I've been before me. But I remember the topics that we had on ABS forums was about basically the screen being able to produce better contrast color and it taking a little bit more light than the white screen. The white screen's argument with the gray screen was that the problem was they came up too dark and too dirty. The colors weren't natural. So you can't go in and say it was about white levels because again you're off. It'd be color and contrast. And you can't say color and contrast because again, gunmetal technology has that territory. They pick up a little better on that. And we have the territory, we developed black technology because we can take over gunmetal because it's always been about color and contrast and ambient light capabilities. You can't say white levels because the white surface, the white screen has that already. No one can compete with the white screen because it's physically white. Backwards. Jeez. So backwards. Not even funny how backwards it is. Super backwards. Always backwards. Backwards. But I'll tell you one thing. When we develop our new grade product, like we did with the 2.0, our contrast levels are going to level your screens. You're not going to be competing with the contrast. We got a couple gun metals that can take that thing on. So with that being said, well, yeah, we'll produce better contrast colors and we'll be able to show demonstrations of white level demonstrations on commercial environments at 1000 lumens, showing that no white surface can ever basically turn that screen impossibly darker, unwatchable, which we did in the 2.0. Mind you, we did these demonstrations already. We're just repeating it again, but putting in an FLE technology. So if you sit there and say, well, it can't be done, go to the Crystal Ridge page, look at the digital 2.0, test it right there, knock yourself out. As a matter of fact, there's a challenge on that, so you can do the challenge too while you're at it. Bring it back a little bit. Only this environment. No, not partially. Fully there. There you put that back. Put it back. There you go, look. Now see, I've changed the environment from dark, partial lighting, full lighting. Out of time here. Let me do this one right here. So we got a challenge. Contrast demonstration, fully lit environment, max out zone. I'm going to do it before I leave out of here. We have some business to take care of. That's what I want to see. Match or better demonstration. You'll have to be able to complete a city dark scenery in a fully lit maxed out environment. If your products are what you claim they are to be on YouTube, you should have no problem completing it. Just because, keep in mind that Mr. Fernando, who makes those faulty products, is no longer on and selling his products, doesn't mean the matching betters are going to stop. I told you before, we're challenging everybody. Everybody. So it doesn't mean it stops with him. Don't ever think in the back of your mind that, oh, because he left, they're going to ease up. No, we're going to increase. So, everybody, even new influencers out there, show me why your Samsungs and Epsons and all those projectors, show me that projector in a fluid environment, especially that P2. I want to see why people should pay $3,500 for a projector. Beat their promo demonstration. So far, what I've seen in your demonstrations, you haven't beat the promo. Just on these dark environments. And that's false advertising. Show me what that thing does. If I'm going to spend that much money for a projector, I sure enough want to see it in a fully lit environment. What do you think? We're just basically challenging the great? No, everybody. Certified, everybody. We're challenging everybody. I think some people who make these crappy paints at the end of the day probably thought, wow. I'm not talking about people who make great products. I'm people who make crappy products I've seen. Probably thought, wow, because he's going to let up. No. No, not by far. I'm gonna put even more pressure on it. Product gotta work, maybe gotta work. If it doesn't work, no one's gonna buy it from you. We get out there in that mainstream, you start mentioning your name out there. You don't want to be out there. What are you gonna do? Take me to court and say, hey, he said my product can't pull a contrast level in a fully lit environment? You can't pull a contrast level in a fully lit environment. You're gonna waste money on a lawyer, get sued in the process. Nah, it's not worth it. Back it up, pack it up. That's how it works. Not just for him, everybody. I want to see this contrast. I got so many people on YouTube talking at the end of the day that you're the same as us, so now let's see it. For everybody. Or we'll start gathering up yourself and we'll do our testing ourselves. And you're not going to like our testings. You're not going to chance to do any dark environments, no high-end projectors, no calibrating, no word. No, you don't get any of that. Bare minimum. If I selected the projectors, they would hate me like, what the freak is this? What projector you're going to be using? Oh, you used to be on those high-powered projectors. I'm sorry, we don't do that over here. Your screen has to earn its right to be there. Well, that'd make a great talk show. That'd make a great reality show. Bring these companies up here and have them work in actual fully lit environments to see what these things really do. Ain't that right, Taco? Over there got the legs crossed with the... We got the stance. Doing the stance. Oh, camera guy. Who's the camera guy? I told you. You gotta be in front of the camera all the time. Get over here. If you're over here, you're in front of the shot, man. You're in front of the shot if you get over here. If you're over here, you're in front of the shot. Now, for us, we're good. Like I said, when we showed you demonstrations every day since I've been here, I've accumulated tons of demonstrations in this environment. I showed you the splatter screen. We didn't come here and show you a screen without anything against it, standalone by itself, and we didn't do that. We came and show you splatter demonstrations, certified demonstrations, everything you need to see. So if I can come in here and do this with no problem, I don't think I'm going to have an issue with getting people out there coming here to see this, to show the difference, because I can back line up, which means that I'm looking at getting my $1 million contracts. And my customers at the end of the day, well, everybody else is sitting in the dark at the home front. No one wants to go on commercial. No one wants to use our projectors. They're going to buy from us. What's the point of spending money and investing your time to get a really good projector if you can't even use it right? When we do more of these splatter screens, I want to do more with my name written into it. He's going to do my Taco's name written into it. Put our company's name right into it. Taco, it's a splatter screen. Oh, you look in the wall again. Why are you looking at the wall? You look guilty. You look like you're about to do something wrong. What are you about to do? Don't even look at it. Don't lick the wall. Weirdo. Why you look at the wall? It's weird. What does it taste like? I'm not going to lick it. I don't want to find out. I'm just curious why you lick that wall. Mind you, demonstration has to be about an hour or so long, because that's usually what it takes to do these things. And that's why I advise customers before you buy a screen paint, make sure it's batch number verification. Make sure you can see all tests before that product is basically sold to you. That means that product should be fully tested before it ever hit the market. If you're not finding these tests, you come to us. You'll get them from us. Tired of getting ripped off on poorly made gray screen paint products using high expensive projectors in dark environments to manipulate the screen's quality? We'll show you how it's done. Now, like I said, we don't charge a lot for our gray screens, and the reason why we don't charge you, they have the ability to do things other screens don't do, we consider that to be our white screen. Now, as for our shipping policy, we have free worldwide shipping. We can ship it to you anywhere in the world for free. Just challenge us. I do like a challenge though. I've been shipping worldwide shipping for over 10 years. Do you know that? Every single screen paint product. We can't ship it overseas. We don't make it all shippable because it costs too much money. Everything else, yeah. If we can't ship it because it's too much, we can't make enough of a profit off of it, we don't offer it at all, period. We don't charge for overseas shipping. But from the product we have been able to offer free worldwide shipping. So there's no surcharge fees, none of that crazy nonsense, because we don't want to pay for that. No, we pay for all of it. I think I got a screen just about everywhere in the world. So, right now I'm shipping to Korea, not the other one, the other one. Got orders going out to Dubai. The Christopher's site does a lot of overseas orders because it's been around longer and it does cater to overseas. The Black Series does too. We get orders from there time to time. But the Crystal Ridge, basically for some reason, that search engine reaches out to those regions. No problem. But either way, we got free worldwide shipping. No hidden surcharge fees and all that nonsense. I don't know how people charge you a surcharge fee at the end of the day. I mean, custom costs a lot of money to ship something over. I pay like $300 for a baby stroller and end up going through customs and end up paying $600 or something. It was really expensive. I was like, what the freak? Like, yeah, that's a lot. So again, that's why we don't charge you anything for overseas, because you're already invested in my product already. Why should you have to pay for the shipping too? I would love that free shipping. I love free shipping. That's why I shop on Amazon Prime. Free shipping all day long. When I get projectors, I like free shipping. But I know sometimes the venues can cost a little more, so I don't mind paying it. Get it for a good price anyway, but still, we offer free shipping to our customers. That's what I like to do. The first time I started digital and crystal screen painting, they give you that option of free shipping. I said, free shipping. Like I said, well, we have free shipping in the U.S. Yeah, but the problem is we have a batch number on this thing. There's no guarantee. And from what I'm looking at, that whole return policy, ain't really, at the end of the day, keeping me happy. So you don't really have a batch number. Everything requires batch numbers. That's why I sell eBay. If you're selling on eBay, and you're selling items on eBay, you need a batch number of your stuff. If you're selling freaking cell phones and sneakers and all that stuff, you need to record yourself, putting yourself in the box, everything. What's in it, what comes in it, if it's in good condition, all of that stuff. Because man, like I said, I sold on eBay, and I wish I did batch numbers on eBay. I wish I would have done it. Oh, I did do it. Because I forgot, I was recording all my stuff. Matter of fact, you can go back on my YouTube channel, you can see some of the stuff I was recording. I was recording because I was making videos on YouTube. I can send them a video of the item. So I was batch numbering my stuff, but I have a timestamp date on it. I guess the timestamp would be the video that when I launched it. So they can see it came in mint condition. But it does come in handy because, again, like I said, it basically protects you. And the only people who don't like it when I say batch number is people who make products. You don't like it? Well, get used to it, because I'm going to say it in everything that I do. Matter of fact, I'm making brochures on it. I'm going to have it on the website. I'm making it so sure that all customers are aware that batch numbers should be required. If you don't like it, tough cookies. You should be doing it anyway. Pretty sure you want to guarantee your stuff works, right? You don't want to guarantee that somebody else's stuff works. That's what I find hilarious. They was driving around and their car door just happened to pop off, and they go, "Oh shit, what the heck? Was this thing even tested?" You be right back at the dealership, mad as I don't know what, screaming and yelling at the sales clerk like, "What happened? Like, my door just popped off. Was this thing even tested? What kind of car? Where did it come?" You be asking all kinds of questions. Well, all right then. Then how come you don't want to do the same for your customers?
Over the years, have really learned about.
You want to scream about your hard-earned money at the end of the day and how much you spent for a vehicle and why it should have went through this, that, and the other. So what about your customers? I guess they don't count, right? It's not your money, it's theirs. That's how that works for them. told you, they're mad. I get messages every day screaming and yelling at me. Every day. They're mad. Good. I want more. I'm going to do more. A lot more. Back your stuff up or pack it up. That's how it's going to work. Customer deserves better. And for those of you who want to go outside the guidelines and you want to do faulty stuff, I'll see you in court. We'll make it personal then. Other than that, back your stuff up. But if you don't, you come through with that great product, that's the end of your stuff right there. Back your stuff up. Customer deserves better. It's supposed to be about the customer. That's what happened to these products back here, why they fell apart. Because they made their products all about us, trying to keep up to us. Don't worry about me at the end of the day. Make a better product so you can put a batch number on it so you can back your stuff up. Chasing me down is not going to help you. It's going to lead you to breaking the law and doing dumb stuff. Back your stuff up. That's all to it. Test and back, test and back, test and back your stuff. Said that millions of times on camera. Customer comes first. You make your product for your customers. Look at the fireworks displaying that. And so this is, I told you, we get hatred from the people who make screen paints because they would rather have us do the same thing they're doing. Lie about our stuff. There's very little stuff on the specification sheets, high-powered projectors, dark environments, a manipulating environment, all that stuff. They would rather have us to play nicely with them, work with them. That's what you'd rather have. If you look at Partey and Crow, how they worked together, they both had screen paint businesses. They both worked together. They did the same shysty, dirty, sneaky stuff at the end of the day. And where did it land you at, gentlemen? Serving the devil. You don't serve God. You can't sit there and say, God bless, and do the things that you guys did. What happened when you served the devil? What's going on with your businesses now? One can't sell jack because no one's buying that stuff at the end of the day. And he's going to court. His company's going to court. And we're following today, Mr. Rogers, against your company. I've got enough information I need to follow through and get it done. So prepare. And as for the other one, well, yeah, he's done. He ain't coming back. He's finished. And now we're going to come in and bring in the screen paint to fix that mess so people can have a better product at the end of the day and stop getting ripped off. Because, again, I feel sorry for those customers. Really didn't get what they paid for. Quite a shame. So, they're mad at me because, again, I won't play nice with them. Because I want to go in a different direction. Because I want to test my products and make sure they work 100%. You know, it's interesting for, I said again, the person who's supposed to be the scammer, the rip-off artist, is the one that's pushing for the batch number verifications. And the ones who call themselves not being rip-off artists are the ones that are fighting us. You can't do a batch number. And the reason why you can't do a batch number, because your stuff was never tested. In order to do a proper batch number, your stuff would have to be tested, because that's literally what's on the batch number. The test. Backing up whatever you said about your product. It's not what we say, it's what you say. So whatever you said about your product, you're going to have to back it up on your batch number. If you can't back it up, and you never did these tests, you're not 100% sure how it's going to react, and you can't do a batch number. And you definitely can't do a ship back. That's even worse. You got to do those live, by the way. So it outs people at the end of the day. So that's why I said when customers, you contact people. You contact Danny, and you let him know, because the other one disappeared. Because he can't basically back his products up. There's a number of reasons why the guy left. But you contact Mr. Rogers at Partey's PSP Products, and you request a demonstration on the range gain, or gain range. You want to see demonstrations on this. Because when they put up in their comment sections, they're being harassed. Not being harassed. They're asking the same questions I'm asking you. What is it? Can you explain it? They're asking Mr. Lee, what is it? Can you explain it? Can't explain it. So then if you can't explain it and it's not real, then guess what that becomes? Fraud. A scam. A ripoff. Nothing but pure, unadulterated shenanigans. That's what it becomes. If it's not real, it's fraud. Okay, that's what it is. So, wouldn't that make you the scammer? Yeah, it would. Oh, let's do this one right here, last one here. I gotta go pick up some stuff. That's why he puts it on the bottom, like, oh yeah, we're being harassed. I'm being harassed. They're asking you questions. Just like I asked you questions. What is it? Explain it to me. Show me videos. There's nothing there. And you still got PayPal shopping carts under 4 of them right now that you're trying to rip people off. So that's why we're going to replace your stuff. As I said, your fixture got until what? They got until what? December the 5th. If you're not done by December the 5th, you come here. You challenge December 5th. Oh, yeah. That was for everybody. That's not for one person. That's for everybody. Depends on what we launch on you. We do both. We can launch a Phantom or Phoenix or any one of them and just take out and then basically come back in and develop the gray. Well, no, I want to do it a different way. I want to do the gray. The gray would be fun because that'd be more of a challenge. Just check the gray paint, take everything out, bring it back, and then basically take out our technology to take out the gray. And then we'll mark the price. Because I don't want people thinking at the end of the day that you're going to be able to spend $48 for that great product and do the same thing our black technology can do. That's a dumb nonsense to start between these idiots talking about, oh, gray screen does the same thing as the black screen. No. We'll make a gray technology, we'll wipe out all the gray screens, bring it back here, and then basically knock it out with this technology easily, and then show you today why this is more superior. But until then, at least you have a better gray. And waste money on that nonsense. And yes, we're going to be doing a couple of house paints too. Might as well, why not? I would cheat myself for the opportunity to do that.
You don't have to stink and be alone, Kevin. You can use Old Spice Total Body Deodorant Spray. 24/7 fresh.
It looks like the wolf pound that was at Crow's front door. Yeah, there are a bunch of people waiting to buy his stuff to get it over here. That's why another reason why his site went down. They were trying to get access to his paint. Mr. Fernando, a little message to you. They're still waiting for you. So they're waiting for you to bring your site back on. When your site comes on, they're going to buy your product, every drop of it. And it will be down here on our table for testing. Just so you know. So just so you think that if you pulled your site down just for a minute, just to camouflage it just a little bit, and you want to make a comeback, we're waiting for you. But until then, I'm going to have a process server, like I said, come to your front door and remind you that we're still taking you to court. Give you a little bit of a wake-up call, burst that reality bubble for you. That's what we're going to do. I want you to know I haven't forgot about you, and I still know where you live at. So I have a process server there soon, shortly, to explain that you're going to show up in court. And there'll be some more to come after that. But until then, if you do bring your site back online, just so you know, I have people already waiting to buy your stuff and get it down here for testing. And your company is still under investigation now. Because now we have proof to show that you're running. You moved the site. So there's nowhere to go. As in Mr. Rogers, your stuff doesn't sell at all, period. You have one customer, you can't even prove range gain. I've asked you multiple times. I can show the court that if they contact you multiple times asking about this product, we have no reply back. I talked to one of your customers, where they basically came on our account and screamed, carried on, rant, my cat, carried on a rant and insulted me, which Mr. Lee will show up in those court documents too, and showing that he couldn't even back the product up. So clearly it shows that your company committed fraud. You've launched a product, put a PayPal shopping cart, and you've actually tried to sell a product that you can't back up. So that's considered consumer fraud. So that's all the evidence I need. I'm good. I'll start the following process this week. Get you situated. And until then, to customers, the reason why I tell you, that when we come on here and we explain to you from the experience that we have why these products are fraudulent, why the testing needs to be required, why batch number is very important, that's why. It's up to you. You want to sit back and buy a screen print that you literally could have made for way less going to Home Depot and Lowe's, hey, if that's your ticket in the day, go ahead. But I've never met a customer that looks forward to getting ripped off. They want the customer at the end of the day that doesn't know much. They're buying a projector for the first time. Those are the ones they want to manipulate and lie to and tell them that, hey, look, you don't need this, and you don't need that, and you have to buy this projector, you have to buy that projector. That's what they want to tell you. They convince you to buy something you can't even use. And for those who did demonstrations on these products for Mr. Fernando and it failed miserably, he's going to contact you. He's going to advise you and ask you to remove the video. A video that he told you to make, he's going to ask you to remove it. It won't do any good if you do decide to do so. Your stuff has been copied months ago. We're going to be loading them up on the website side by side. We will not be showing the people who painted these screens in, but we will be posting the videos to show you the comparison of my customers versus how Crow's customers got ripped off. You will see a lot of them in dark environments compared to my customers in fully lit environments. We'll show you the businesses that he did business with, people that are sitting in dark environments. Again, you're probably going to get a phone call from him asking you to remove the video. I can imagine calling a customer and saying, do me a favor, can you remove the video? I need you to remove it right now. Yeah, there's a guy going to contact you and go over and basically record the video, and it's going to show at the end of the day that my stuff doesn't work. Well, wouldn't you want us to keep it here showing that it does work? Yeah. That's going to be an interesting conversation. If they haven't already found out themselves, I've done so many demonstrations about these fake products. You know, it doesn't take long for a customer to go, well, you know what? This guy talks a lot. Let me shut him up. That's what we want you to do. That's why we talked a lot about it. Because we want you to say, hey, look, I'm going to shut this guy up. I'm going to go over to Home Depot or Lowe's. I'm going to buy the same product. I'm going to put it against the screen and I'm going to show him that he's wrong. That's what we wanted you to do. That's why we kept talking it up over and over again. Because we know if he's not going to do it, the customer will do it. And that's what the customer did. They went in and found out it did match. That's why we can't find any demonstrations or any customers screaming at us about, yo, you're wrong. It doesn't match in any way. There isn't any. They found that it matched. And then he got pressured by his customers because they told him that they wanted him to do it because we asked him multiple times. And again, the customers got tired of it. And they wanted it and they told him, hey, look, you got to do this demonstration because this guy keeps talking about it. And he did it, and guess what happened? It matched. So he's got to go before a judge and convince a judge that there are two different screen paints there. That's not going to work. I mean, so he has to pay that money back. Doesn't make a difference. It was a year for him. He has to pay all that money back to those customers who he ripped off on that paint. What you over there doing? You over there fighting? You over there fighting? What are you doing? What are you doing over there? What you fighting? What you fighting over there? Did your toy get caught up in there? I think your toy's over here. One's here, yeah, one's here. One's here. One's right here. One there. And the other one over here, buddy. Lost both of them. Yeah, one there, one there. You lost both of them. Ha ha! Yeah! Attack mode! Probably knocked my phone off the charge, you know, here. Where'd you knock it at now? Attack mode. Rah. Attack mode? Rah. 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 Oh man, I tell you. That's more entertainment than watching TV, man. He's just gonna cook yourself. Rah. Rah. What you knocking at? Usually when you come back, it makes you feel it somewhere projector. Where'd he go to? Oh, that's the same spot. You're good. Uh-oh. Somebody ate something. Don't worry about it. I got you. Don't eat it. Do not eat it. That's one of the things about him. I've never had to worry about him on the rug. He does not do the rug. It'll be on the mat. I'd rather have him do the screen than the floor. So that's easier to clean up. Definitely easier to clean up. Alright. Where's my so is the bomb. What did you eat? Not your fault. Everybody gets sick. Everybody does. It's a bad reason. There's no cat cut the door for a minute. Like, good job. Yes, I come in. Come in. No, you're good. Meow. That's embarrassed because he did it on camera. You're okay, buddy boy. I'm gonna get that chicken process here. Now we have to calm down. Now, for those who don't know, that's a projection screen on the floor. Yep, it can take a lot of abuse. This is the best way to test my screen. Have my cat scratch it, jump on it, play on it, go up on it. Yep. That's how we know we sit there and say that we paint this coating on those mats, and how we're able to, people worry about stepping on them and all that stuff. And it's good. Like I said, it doesn't bother me to do it up on camera because, again, it shows people that we can scrub that thing down and it'll still activate. You good, buddy boy? Are you good? The freak? You can step on these screens, scratch these screens, throw up on it, doesn't make a difference. You have to understand that when you have these screens, some of these are going to be in rec centers and stuff like that. Kids eat when they're in these rec centers, and kids throw up. And you have to make sure the screen can withstand all that. Well, you see all the marks that went into the screen? This is the cat who did all this damage. Doesn't affect the screen in any way whatsoever. It still operates, whatever. Because the coating we design is basically embedded into the surface. It's a bleed-through process, which means you can't scrape it, you can't peel it, you can't do anything. It's in there, it's in there. It bleeds in. We're at 50 lumens on the projector. You gotta be able to back stuff up. That's why I said talk is cheap. Gotta back your stuff up. I know my stuff. I was blessed to engineer it. So with that being said, our technology is designed so if we have to have this in a rec center and we have it on the mats, you know, kids are going to eat, kids are going to jump around, kids are going to throw up. That's what they're going to do. Kids are going to smear food on it and drop stuff on it, all that stuff. So you need to know if the material that's on that screen is going to crack or peel. It's going to have any problems. Remember I showed you a demonstration 12 years ago about how I made a child-proof screen? Yeah, that's information we have from doing years and years of testing. So we can take that FLE technology and show you that bleed-through process we showed you on one of the Eclipse screens. We sprayed it on the screen and it bled right through the other side so you have to paint both sides. Those processes that we learn in time, we can incorporate into other stuff. So that surface down there is designed as a test surface. It's designed for that cat to trash it, rip it up, spit on it, whatever he has to do at the end of the day. But yeah, beat the crap out of that surface. He's the best tester in the world. He's on that thing 24/7, jacking it up. So if he throws up on the screen and you rub on it with the cleaner, it's not going to take up the paint because it bled into the surface. And if you notice when I poured it down, you're supposed to add water to this. I dropped it down there concentrated. Yeah, you can't damage the surface. Taco, come here, you wily coyote, you. Yeah. So yeah, your dogs, cats, people can walk in with muddy boots. It doesn't make a difference. Take a mop, clean it down. You ain't got to add water to it. You can go down there, concentrate, and it ain't going to damage it. It bleeds into the screen. That's what it's designed to do. So these are going to be fantastic for interactive screens for kids to learn things, how to jump and play. I'm going to donate to some schools around here. They can learn how to count with numbers and stuff like that because they can put the interactive software onto the surface and it'll generate on a 50 lumen projector easy in a fully lit environment with no problem. So that means their projectors are going to be using them far more than that. All right, people, hope you enjoyed. So we got a chance to watch something pretty cool at the same time. A cat runner clacked on the screen, which again, can't damage the surface whatsoever. And you watch me scrub it down with some of this Fabuloso, whatever the thing it's called. I love this stuff. Concentrated. And I watch you show a projector at 50 lumens in the max so pull it with no problem as I walked across the screen anywhere I want in any direction. See? Now people make screen paint. You're really ready for us yet? Are you ready? I don't think you are. You know, I get quiet about when I say at the end of the day, you have no idea what's coming your way. You really don't. This is the stuff you can see. The stuff you really have to worry about is the stuff that you can't see. That's the stuff you have to worry about. This is going to be easy. We have to start the new year off of challenging all screens. Well, we did this already before, but you know, this time we get to post on the website and we kind of call it in the day, and it'd be awesome. Yeah. All right. Well, that being said, hope you enjoyed. I want to start working on my other setup. That over there, my arcade machine. I got to go pick up my stuff for it. I got some stuff I got to pick up for the arcade machine. That's basically about it. We're explaining exactly what that thing is. That thing turned into something completely different than what I had plans to do. I'm literally building an arcade inside of an arcade PC setup. It's going to have a RetroPie and everything. But it is an arcade. But it plays, it's a crazy thing to talk about. We'll get around to it. How come we can't make the coin slot ourselves? I want to make my own coin slot. I don't want to buy it because I want to buy them. They're too big. We have to make our own coin slot. Yeah, we're making our own coin slot. I'm not paying for that. I'm going to pay like $40 for a coin slot. The literally make ourselves. All the stickers and stuff we're going to be making ourselves anyway for the box anyway. Okay, yeah, we'll do it that way. That'd be definitely hot. All right, got to go. Thank you all and God bless.